hello everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a very special day. We have no stream today, but today Farming Simulator 22 has been officially announced and it is in the community. It's an awesome day. It's a very special day. There is a lot of hype, a lot of illusion, a lot of expectations also in this release. So what I'm going to try to do, I'm going to try to review whatever materials we have from Farming Simulator 22, but from a technical point of view to see what can I see that as an improvement that we don't have in Farming Simulator 19. So let's check it out. We see there the slideshow, sorry, the picture the giant sent us. We're gonna see them like bigger, wider, and we're gonna see them from a different point of view. So let's check them out. This is the folder that Giants shared with us, and we're gonna just jump in. We're gonna open FS22 cows. That's the first image that has been sent to us. Apparently it looks the same. You might say there is people saying I look the same thing. No, it's not. No, it's not. For example, someone was mentioning the cows are laying down. That's new. The density of the grass, it's better. It's been increased. Also, we go closer. You see the texture or the normal texture that we see on the cows, on the animals. That's also amazing. You see the tongue there. They have teeth. It's a lot of details. A lot of details. If we go higher in here, you see the hair. It's actually modeled in here. That is hair that you can see through. Okay, that's also something important to mention. Now, going a little bit more in deep, there is transparencies in these textures on this cow barn, but you can see through them, and you can see actually the town that it's behind this cow barn. That is also impressive because the draw distance it's being improved. Now, what else can I see? What else can I see if I go deeper in here? Probably a little bit of an improvement on the anti-alias, to avoid these imperfections, this going up and down. It's a little bit more soft in here. A little bit. Also, drawing distance, it seems higher to me. We can see the trees, that these trees are way out of here, and we can see them. And in here, I don't see what is this, but it seems some kind of a new crop, new type of grass. Something different, definitely. Something that does not exist in Farm Sim 19. Also, in here you can see that the trees are drawn, are visible from far away, but the foliage, like crops, grass, or wherever you have the bushes, in this area here, they are not visible anymore. That also depends on the machine and stuff, but needs to be mentioned. Also the sky, I'd say the sky is the same, a little bit more defined, a little bit more detail. I mean the clouds are not blurry. Different type of clouds, some kind of a volumetric clouds maybe, because you can see through these clouds. We'll see how they move. It's important to see how they move, if it's a texture moving or if it's actually volumetric clouds that are projecting shadows on the ground, etc. Also important, the shadows. These shadows down here are projected into the grass, are not just a black shadow. These shadows are projected in the grass pieces. So that's also an improvement. What I was saying about the anti-alias and the shadows, look at this shadow here. That's completely straight. It doesn't go like in small stairs. It looks really good. Also, ambient occlusion, active ambient occlusion on top of the door is darker than here that it's closer. We don't have light bouncing inside, so here gets darker. It's also important. So first picture, a lot to comment already. Now let's jump into the second one. That's impressive. It doesn't seem impressive, but I see a combination of several factors that are actually making me let me put down the music a bit, and actually pretty exciting. First that I would say, the texture here on the pipe, it's more defined. It looks better. It doesn't look blocky as it was. It looks better. Of course, the textures on the corn. That is amazing. That corn looks real. That corn looks absolutely amazing. Now, if we keep going on whatever I can see in terms of texture or ground textures, you see the what it's left behind the harvest. The sleeves are random. You don't see a pattern of the or with the sleeves. They are not. They are just laying in the ground after you cut, and they are not always the same. They are not laying always the same. We can say that, for example, this one seems like this one, but this has this piece in here. The same piece is here, but then this one has the leaf there. This one, the piece is rotated. You see also that there is shadows. We see yet again improved shadows. In here, these shadows looks way better than in 19. Now, something that got my attention. Deformation on the crop when you are harvesting, that's normal. It was already in 19. It's looking okay. Now, definition or draw distance or up close definition. Let's go close to this. You can almost see what it's written on that warning signal. You can perfectly see through the mesh here. You can perfectly see the engine. Yet again, the shadows. Shadows and ambient occlusion, highly improved. SSRO2, maybe? Who knows? But it's looking way better in terms of shadows. Now, solidness, I have to say, if this is supposed to be metal, it has a kind of a plastic effect. I don't know. I'm not an expert on this kind of machine, so I don't know. But if it's metal, it looks like a little bit of plastic. Like the metal is losing a little bit of metalness. It might be just an effect in the picture, but to me, it's losing a little bit of metalness. Now, something else that I don't see here that I love in 19 is the tire pressure deformation. I don't see the tire pressure deformation here. Machine is heavy. It should have deformation. It seems a little bit in here, but in 19, I think it's more accurate. It might be just an effect in here. Now, people that love the beacons, of course, beacons are going to be present. Those are off, so we don't know how they are going to reflect yet, but they are going to be they're going to look nice. Something that also got my attention: this mirror ain't reflecting. The mirror is not reflecting. It might be because it's an early stage, or who knows, but this mirror has no reflections. Therefore, the other one is reflecting. It has a little bit of green and gray there, so it seems that this one is reflecting, but somehow this one ain't reflecting anything. Also, we can see the beacon. If we come close to the beacon, you can see a transparency here in the beacon. So the crystal of the beacon is transparent and actually projecting or affecting with radial LCD. The color here, the color down here, the yellow or the orange in this case, it's looking very nice. Details on the machine, as usual, and made by Giant, outstanding. All these details in here. The machines are gonna be outstanding. That's also important. Now, going back into the ground, if we go close to the ground, I see a combination of two factors that got me worried. Not worried, but one of the things that I as hoped, and I wish, is terrain deformation. In FarmSim 19, we see that the tire tracks are always on top of the ground. From the distance, it looks okay. When you get close, there is even parts of the map that you can see the texture just put on top. In here, the bending of the tire track looks way better, and it's not clear because this is a pattern of something that crossed that field. It seems that it's deep in here, that it goes down. It seems so, But at the same time, that sleeve, it's flat, and this one, it should also deform if it's on the ground, because this leaf is the same as this one, probably. It's repeated, but I don't know. Then in here, when the two tire tracks bend, it seems that they bend, but here we see the tractor track, and in here we see the other machine or the other equipment that went through. The two tire tracks are bending in here. Still need to see a little bit more up close that, but it seems that if it's not deformation, it's a very, very well applied normal on the terrain, or even maybe dynamic parallax occlusion. Who knows? What I have to say, it looks amazing. You see down here, it looks like, it seems that the terrain is being deformed. It seems that terrain is getting affected by whatever you put on top of it, and I like it. Density of the foliage, amazing, intense. It looks real. It looks full. It's really, really, really amazing. And in this picture, I don't know anything else that I can see. I would like to see the lights on. I would like to have one of those pictures with the lights on. We'll see in the rest of them. So let's open the next one. And in here, yet again, well, the thing that got the attention of everybody, the famous 9R as a base game. No one said it, but hey, it's here. Should be part of the base game. Amazing. Textures on the ground, again more dynamic. What it's left behind, it looks dynamic. It doesn't look like a pattern. It looks dynamic. If we pay attention and we go closer, we might find patterns, because in the end there's going to be a pattern because that's the texture. But it looks very well. For example, we can try to look this one. We can try to look for this one. It does something like that. And is it somewhere else? Yeah, here. Okay. So well, but you see how far they are. So the random of the terrain is impressive. Also, I see here, see the bending of the terrain. It's not flat. Okay, it goes a little bit down. We have that already in 19, but it's good to have it. It's good to have it here. Now more tire tracks. I see that the tire removes the terrain and also the crop on top of it, but yet I don't see if the terrain is deformed with it or not. I'm not able to analyze it. Something that I see on the tires, the dirt accumulated, it's the same all over. It's the same. It's exactly the same on every piece. That's a result of dynamically generated pieces, but if you can see here, it's always the same. In this area, also in this area, there is no randomness on the tires, on the wear, on the dirt, and that bothers me. That's something that I don't like. It shouldn't be like that. It should be random. The dirt is not gonna be exactly the same here and here. The wear is gonna be different. And the dirt again. The dirt is gonna be different, and it should be different. It was different in 19. It might be only an early access to the 9R. The 9R is of course beautiful. It's an amazing piece of machinery, and finally, it's gonna be in game. It's gonna be part of the game. Well, I'm assuming. But things that got my attention is the fact that the tire here, and here, it's the same. You have the same dirt, the same accumulation everywhere, and it lacks reality. It lacks realism. I don't like it. I'm gonna be completely fair with what I say. Same things happen here, or similar. Here. It looks the same. In the side, it looks better. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Let me see. Well, this piece of machinery is, of course, an amazing piece of machinery. I wish I could do these kind of things. These are amazing. These are very, very complex. Tons of hours to develop these machines, all the hoses and stuff. Took tons of hours, but overall impression looks amazing. Now, a little bit too bright. I'd say it needs more. It needs more ambient occlusion. It needs to be darker. One of the effects that I activate via shaders on PC is exactly that. SSAO plus, because it makes all these areas that are in the shadow, they makes them darker, and the bottom of the bushes makes them darker because they are on the bottom. It's not correct from the lighting point of view that the light here is the same like here. It's not correct, especially depending on where the sun is and stuff. But the light here is not should not be the same here, and that kind of also makes the thing not bend properly. What else? What else can be mentioned here? Draw distance. We stop seeing bushes here. There is no more bushes here. I'd say it's a little bit better. Tree definition. I'd say it's improved, especially the branches. The branches are usually a bump, 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 are like very straight. In here we can see like more natural, more curvy branches. Looks better. Trees looks better, and density on the trees looks also better. Not an expert on maps, but I can use my eyes. So I'd say it's better. Also, the texture here in the area where it's cultivating, it's different, and it's also looking better on my opinion. You see the pattern on this direction, and then how it changes here, how it's completely abrupt there, and also the tire deformation, the tire tracks in here. It's also removing the terrain, as I said before. That's looking very, very nice. Now, I believe it's the last one. No, we have two pictures to show. This is one of the stars, of course, the new Massey Ferguson 8S. It looks, as usual, absolutely beautiful. Nothing to say in this picture other than the fact that the dirt in the tires bothers me, because it is the same everywhere, and I don't. That's a default detail that I don't like. I prefer the dirt, to be more randomly accumulated. Other than that, tractor, absolutely beautiful. Of course, Giants made it again in here. Transparencies in here. The engine below, net here, like grill in here, net here. The lights, amazing work as usual, and beautiful machine. The map. In here we have a characteristic that it got my attention. Like, for example, the foliage in here, we cannot see bushes, neither grass in this area. It looks like in here is closed. Till there is no more grass. But in here, I can see the grass up top. So the drawing distance for the grass, it's actually pretty nice, because in here there is grass. And we can see also the trees that are below, that are behind that hill. In here we can see also the shadows improved, as this hill it has different elevations, and it's creating shadows and lighten areas and shadows at the same spot. So in here we see the shadow, also here we see shadows, but here there is no shadow, and in here, down here, everything is bright. So it's looking nice. Yet again, ambient occlusion or SSAO. In here it should be darker. The grass at the bottom should be darker because it has less light. That's in terms of light. Now, we pay attention to the trees. I'd say in this image the trees looks better, looks more defined, looks more detailed, and yet again less blocky. Texture on the tree, just bending to the sides. That's a normal texture, but it's looking nice. And also the branches. The branches are more natural, are not no blocky branches anymore. So that's actually a nice thing to have. That's actually pretty nice. You see here there is this effect that I was saying. There is shadows here, but at the same time, even though in this area there must be a shadow, because the light is coming in this direction, there must be a shadow. But down here should be darker than up here, because there is less light down here. Fixable, of course. Probably on PC it's gonna be better. I don't know if this PC console or what it is. I guess it's PC. And the same here. This area should be darker because it's just down the fender, below the fender. And something that I see that is improved is the definition of the shadows. The shadows are not blocky. The shadows are amazing. It could be temporary anti-alias. Might be. Might be. If it is, it's awesome. Because it's very well implemented and I like it. Now, what I was saying about the beacons. You see that the beacons get blurry. Because they are transparent, but in the inside, they are not blurry. The piece on the inside that reflects, it's not blurry, but the outside gets blurry. That's nice. It's a nice effect. It gives you the effect of transparency. And it's very nice. Now let's analyze it here in the door. The driver looks the same fella that we have in 19. Hopefully he's gonna drive better. That's something also that everybody's asking. Better drivers, better AI. It is important. What I was saying about the shadows is actually really important, and in a future or next generation game, it should be there. The shadow here should be lighter than here, and all the shadow has the same shadow strength. Below the tractor should be darker than here outside of the tractor. It should be darker, and in here it's not. It's not. It's a flat shadow, the same projection of the shadow, but here it should be darker than in the edges. That should bend with the light better. That's what I can see in this picture. What else do we have? We have on the new Holland. That's impressive. New particles. Those are new particles, new effects. That's for sure. The transparency of the new particles, it's amazing. This is dust. This is I would say dynamic dust generated. It's very nice. It's very nice. We see up here metal parts that shine because the dust is not on top of them, and these ones here, they don't shine anymore because the dust is on top of them. That looks very nice. Accurate, very accurate. Now in here also little bit of dust removes the shyness, and we can see that inside of the grain compartment there is also a particle effect, but it doesn't go through the metal pieces like it was before. It seems that the particles are contained inside the grain tank, which is correct. Now another effect that we were seeing sometimes in 19 is the effect that behind shadow or behind particles, the lights were looking perfectly without, like, if there is no particles. In here, let's fix it. The particles are affecting whatever is behind. In 19, it's possible that behind the particles you see the light just like here. Okay, but in 22, it seems that this is fixed. Also, what else can I see? These particles effects. These are new, and these are looking amazing. These are looking yet again random. When we're talking about affecting the ground and stuff like that, it needs to be random. And in here, it looks random. It looks generated, and it's looking very nice. Now yet again, it seems that in this machine, well, the smoothness of the machine is amazing. So I have to say, the curves here and the poly count in here is going to be higher than in 19. Hopefully, we're going to have a little bit more room, consoles, and for everything to go a little bit more crazy with more polygons, more definition. This is actually way smoother than the one that we have right now. It's looking very nice, very detailed. A lot of tubes, a lot of bolts, a lot of definition, and actually vertices that in the end are making the game complex. Yet again, I don't see tire deformation. Same distance. I don't see tire deformation, and it bothers me. Same thing with the pattern, with the dirt pattern. You see, if we come closer, this dirt spot is here. It's the same dirt spot everywhere on every piece of the tire, and that bothers me. I don't like it. Yet again, mirrors not working. That's probably because it's an early stage. Something that needs to be, to me, needs to be there. And yet again, I'm not going against Giants by any means. So please, people, don't read me wrong. I'm just highlighting the technical aspects that I can see on what it's coming. Yet again, foliage distance on the ground in here is not existing. We don't see any kind of crop or foliage there, but the trees, the density of the trees, the distance of this tower here, also the sky, it's looking way better. It's looking way better than it was. Still, I need to say yet again, the particle effects are amazing. Completely love them. Way better than right now. Completely love them. I cannot wait to see them in movement. That's gonna be epic. That's going to be epic. So what else? I believe there is yet another picture. Yep, that's the one that compares the 4 seasons. So it gives us the insight that seasons is going to be built in the game in Farming Simulator 22, which a lot of people were expecting that to happen. For sure, it's going to be active or deactive. It's probably not gonna love. Not everyone's gonna love it, but it's very nice to have it in game and not have to wait for more than a year to have it built by a third party. Now in here, yet again, the tree branches looking way more natural than in 19, and we are going to take a look at the pictures that we have with seasons. So we're going to open this is the English one. Yep. So this is fall. Okay, this is the fall. So it's one of my favorite seasons in the game, actually, because of the multiple coloring that it gets, and also how the light is reflected. We can see here that the draw distance is quite impressive. So in here we see foliage here in this little river, and yet again in here we can still see bushes, trees, everything. The silo, the house is very detailed. From far away, there is yet another house down there, back there. Sorry. So I believe the engine is gonna be way more powerful than actually. And that is exciting. That's the part that I like the most, to have a better and improvised engine. Now I see a lot of reds in here, so there is a barn here that it's red, but somehow it's hidden. They don't want us to see it, only showing this big red barn here. That, if I'm not mistaken, in FS19, when the driver goes to a barn to pick up his John Deere and light it up, is this barn. This barn is the barn where the John Deere is stored in the CGY, in the introduction trailer on FS19. Or if it's not, it looks very similar. Just so someone can check that. That would be awesome. That is fall. Now we're gonna go to spring. It's gonna be green. Of course, looking amazing. I'd say it's too there is so many light. It's too bright. If we just go here and we just go an auto level in here, it's gonna make it. Let me just yeah, brightness and contrast. Let me reduce the bright a little bit. Something like that, and more contrast. This way it looks better. This looks way better. It looks more green. It looks more natural. We cancel it. It looks too bright. I don't know why. Same happens in fall, in autumn. If we adjust it and we adjust yet a little bit the brightness, that's a standard brightness. We go a little bit down on the brightness. Not so far, like -24, something like that, and we increase the contrast. You see, now you see the yellows, the oranges, very bright, very defined. That's how it should look like, to my liking. Of course, it doesn't need to be for everyone the same. Now we're gonna go to summer. Summer looks yet again even more burnt. It looks burnt. It looks too bright. That needs to be adjusted. Needs to be adjusted because it's something that doesn't look alright. We go down to -20 and we increase the contrast. There you go. That is summer. It looks better. It looks alive. It looks like the flowers are about to be there, and everything's gonna be, and it's gonna be just ready for the harvest. It's gonna be, I mean, in the end, it's gonna look amazing. Something that you can pay attention here, the level of the trees, the level of detail on the tree branches, on the tree foliage. It's amazing. It's way better than we have right now. So that's actually impressive and needs to be mentioned. Also the shadows and the ambient occlusion. Please, giants, we need ambient occlusion. Can I simulate it here somehow? Can I simulate the ambient occlusion here? I don't think I can. But if I go to photo mode, no, I'm not gonna be able to activate it here. I would love to see how it looks with the ambient occlusion applied in here, but it looks for sure it's gonna be way better. And now winter. Winter looks about right, but I would adjust a little bit. The color balance, and I would give it a little bit more blue. I'll go a little bit more blue in the winter, and we're gonna leave it here with blue, and then the brightness. We're gonna increase a little bit the brightness. We're going against what we did before, and we are going to increase the contrast. Something like that. That looks cold. Right now, this looks cold, right? So that looks like winter, like everything is freezing. That was before, right? So with whatever I would change, this looks cold. It looks like winter. When we go back to the image that we received, yeah, there is snow, but no. In here, we're freezing. We don't want to leave the house. So important, the color palette and the color temperature that you're using, I would say it needs to be improved a bit. It needs to be worked out a bit, but it's still an early access. Something that got my attention in here, yet again, shadow definition. The shadow definition is amazing. You see even the tree branches with shadows, not just a bunch of a tree. You see the tree branches add a shadow. That's impressive. That's actually very, very nice to have. It gives realism. Now, if only we can apply here ambient occlusion, that will be better. But why can't I'd say, oh, I don't know. I don't remember if I can do it here. But yet again, that is winter, and that is awesome. With this kind of adjustments, this looks something missing. I like that one. This one is looking way better. So that should be the way to go, to my liking. Now the last piece of equipment, the last piece of material that they gave us is of course the teaser. And the teaser is this hat, and of course hat flies in fall, and we have the winter in seasons coming quarter to 2021. So thank you all for watching. Thank you for your time, and see you tomorrow during the stream. Bye, be nice and play nice. See you guys.